First off, I want to say I apologize for a lack of energy. I didn't think eating uh, basically nothing would have such an impact on my energy, even like a week afterwards. But anyways, uh, hello, wow, I'm still bad at this. Hello, everybody. I am Dale Salvador. Welcome back. Nope, that's not the intro. Damn it. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the collective. I am Dale Salvador, and this is Mitchie M, the greatest idol. Now, this is another classic Vocaloid album out there. One of the earlier ones, and definitely still stands up in the modern day of the scene. Mitchie M specifically is most known for how human-like she or he, I don't know, they can make the Vocaloid sound, and that might not exactly sound that impressive, especially in this day and age of synth and all these AI voices and all that kind of stuff. But to an extent, still today, but especially back when Vocaloid was first starting to be a thing, how you stood out. And this is 2008, 9, around maybe 12ish, like the early days. What made you stand out was how you tuned the Vocaloid, and a lot of people would have on default settings, but the people that stood the test of time really stood out and made a name for themselves tuned it differently, whether making them more powerful, more lifelike, maybe add vibrato, maybe certain vocal effects to make them seem like they're whispering or screaming or whatever it may be. Even just making the voice sound sweeter, making it sound more powerful, anything like that. And what Mitchie M did, as I said before, is they made it insanely human-like. And at the time, Vocaloid, on the average, sounded very robotic and very dull and very, just not good, And I can say for certainty that I feel like Vocaloid, as of the release of 6, maybe 5, which is like a decade later, has just started to catch up with what Mitchie M did 10 years ago. And now the average is where they were all the way back then, which is crazy to think about. The only person I can think of nowadays that even matches would be Kira. And even then, I only say that because he's most known for his expert tuning in English. And although this album is mostly in Japanese, there are some English moments, and they're just as good, if not better. And it might be just better because I can understand it, so it might just be a brain thing. But either way, the tuning on this thing is phenomenal, and the music is also phenomenal. This album is classified as electropop, but has a lot of other different elements into it. It has some elements of disco, of funk, of R&B, electro pop, etc., etc., etc. And although I don't think this album is perfect, I do think there is a lot here. And even besides vocal tuning, the mixing on this album is insane. And the level of detail on some of the songs is also incredible. From all the little parts to them, things like panning and going from stereo to mono to surround. There's just so many little details happening all the time. Especially in the first half of the album, where you have tracks like Freely Tomorrow, ID, nope, well, yeah, not in order, but it was Freely Tomorrow, ID, Ageageagein. There's so many songs on the first half that are just, a banger after banger after banger. First song, Freely Tomorrow, is definitely more of the electropop stuff, and everything in these songs are phenomenal. The verse melodies are great, the chorus melodies are great, the breakdowns are great, the switch-ups are great, the fills are great, everything from front to back is insanely catchy, insanely well-produced, everything. Freely Tomorrow is a great opener, introduces you to the kind of poppy sound to it. Immediately the vocals are amazing, a nice fade-in, phaser thing, kind of. Just simple electropop, I guess. And then the next song, Ageageagein, to shorten it, because it's just a big onomatopoeia. If I used that word right, probably didn't. Um, Introduces slight doo-wop elements in the verses, or at least the intro slash chorus, two verse past, whatever. There's doo-wop elements in there here and there, and but it does keep up the energy of the album. And I don't want to say it's faster paced, but like it feels faster paced. It's a very engaging song, very not electrifying, but it's very attention grabbing with the whistle samples and just everything. The next song, ID, AI space DEE, is back to electropop, where you have not only the Miku voice bank but also the Luca voice bank, and this goes to show that they not only can tune Miku extremely well in that human-like aspect, but also other vocaloids as well. And there is even rap segments on this track too, and some other tracks as well, where the goal isn't exactly to come up with bars or so. It's more so it's like, hey, here's some complicated sounding words like super duper califragile, whatever, and we're gonna make it sound. I'm gonna tune it so it sounds amazing, and it does. He's just flexing pretty much how good he can tune these vocaloids, and again, it's cannot be underestimated. They are amazingly tuned. Even nowadays, they sound amazing. Again, very good. Everything, back to front. With this song, Freely Tomorrow, as the song goes on, more and more things keep being piled onto the arrangement and to the production. And if you're going to listen to this album, especially the huge hits off this album, you have to listen to it in headphones. You will not regret it. It is mixed amazingly. And again, this is why I have a lot of respect for Vocaloid itself, and I like a lot of the artists in this scene, because 99% of them are solo artists, and they're doing everything themselves, from the lyrics to the instruments to the production, everything. And it's just so amazing that there's certain people that can write, that are songwriting machines, and can produce and can write lyrics and can play instruments, whatever. They're just all in one, and it's amazing how so many great producers and musicians just get so shoved at the wayside because it's Vocaloid, it's gross, it's weird, whatever. It doesn't make any sense to me. Now, going on to the fourth track, Viva Happy. This is a song that if you have been on the internet for any amount of time, you've heard this song somewhere. It's been in memes everywhere. There's been edits of it everywhere, with Jack Black and octagons and just everything. It's a song that's everywhere. Just so many good elements of the song. There's different types of songs on here. There's these ones, or Freely Tomorrow, or whatever, where they're just like electropop front to back, and there's so much cool production and stuff. And then you have songs like Bye Bye Blue Memory and Azu. That one's not translated. I have a list of the songs there. That one's not translated, I guess. But either way, you have songs like these ones where they're a lot more slower, and there's a lot less on the production side going on. And unfortunately, I think this is actually where the album tends to falter, because although the tracks give some extra flavor to this album, and they offer some cool stuff, and they got some catchy parts here and there, they do not at all even come close to the huge big hitters on this album. The songs that are fucking phenomenal and the songs that are okay is a big huge jump. I don't think there's any bad songs on here whatsoever, but there is definitely a clear separation in terms of greatness, and slower songs seems to be where that lies, unfortunately. I think Bye Bye Blue Memory, it's great. It has some parts here and there that are pretty catchy, but it's not at all as engaging as the other songs. And it's also kind of a weird contrast go from a really well produced, such of a dense song like Viva Happy and the other ones and ID and all those to go right to Bye Bye Blue Memory, which has a lot less going on, way not as catchy, and is a lot more simpler of a song. Um, then you have the next one, Aizu, which is just a ballad, and the best part is I think the chorus, if I remember correctly, and as good as the chorus is, the entire song just is whatever, and it almost sounds like the melody is just kind of wandering. It's kind of almost random, walking up and down, up and down. And I feel like for these songs, if there was a bit more care put into the melody, they could have been great songs. But like, I just feel like there wasn't as much put into them as the other songs. And you can put, a lot of good production stuff on these quieter songs and make them as dense as the hype songs, but like, I just feel like that wasn't done, and it could have. But to move on, the next song, Eazy Dance, another one of the big hits on this album, extremely hype. This one's more of a 90s element to it, tiny bits of disco in there, real nice stuff. Then you got Sorrow is Like Affection, and if I'm thinking of the right song, because I've listened to this album twice in full, all of them. I've listened to the hits for years, but at least this album in full, I listened to it twice past couple days. Both times, no energy and sleep deprived, so if I'm thinking of the right song, again, it's kind of whatever. It's better than the other two songs from earlier. It's better than the other two Commerce songs, and it has these, I don't know what I would call them, but if you ever play the Animal Crossing games, there is there's a sample sound they use. I think it's like I don't know. It sounds like an owl or something, but it's some weird hollering. It's hard to explain, but they use that sample here. And if you were to listen to the song, and you'll know when you hear that sample, you know what I'm talking about. And I think that's a creative sample here and there. The next song, Impatient Carefree Man, a lot better. It's kind of in between. It's not really as hyper and engaging and as dense as songs like Freely Tomorrow, IED, Easy Dance, etc., but it's not as plain and boring as some other songs on there, like Aizu and Bye Bye Blue Memory. This is kind of in the middle, and definitely a lot better of a song. The next song, Blooming the Idol, if I think of the right song, when the song starts off, it's kind of doing a Sgt. Pepper kind of thing, where it sounds like it's being played live, and of course all effects, so it's not actually being played live. It's not like a live recording, but the sound's more spacious, and they do a thing where they're kind of introducing, talking to the crowd, so to speak, all that kind of stuff. It's an okay song. It's okay. Believe, the next song, is probably the best song on the last half. That or City Boy, the track after that. And even just the bass line on City Boy is really amazing. That's really good stuff. Like, I'm telling you right now. I talk more about Believe, but I honestly can't remember what it sounds like. Give me 1 second. Alright. Believe is another one of those songs that's kind of in the middle. It's not exactly really hyper and fast and engaging. Not really slow either. It's in the middle. City Boy, on the other hand, is another one of those songs where it's incredibly engaging and a bit of a faster song and all that kind of stuff. The last song, which is called Birthday Song for Miku, is basically what it sounds like. Mitchie has written a song for the birthday, which is pretty much the release day, I'm pretty sure, of Miku. And he uses this as a great opportunity to, again, flex his talent of tuning, because he has all of the Krypton Vocaloids on this track basically singing for Miku in a sense. And if you don't know, Miku is not the only Vocaloid. She's just the most known, most popular, most used, etc., etc., etc. But the same company that made them have made about 5 others, and they're kind of marketed as they're all friends kind of thing. And usually 99% of the time, people use all of them in one song. It's for stuff kind of like this, where it's some kind of like not where the world kind of thing, but they're all singing for some kind of, I don't know, reason, at like friendship or something. I don't remember. I don't listen to a lot of those ones. Point being, he uses this as a great opportunity to flex how well he can tune all of them he can tune amazingly. This album, front to back, honestly, even with me and my ADD, and even with me and my higher standards for music, blah 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 blah, even when I'm sleep deprived, this album is very engaging, and I listen to it front to back. And usually, even albums that I really like, I'll have to stop in the middle and do something else for a bit. And this album does not let you do that. It keeps your attention. It also kind of helps that like half of the track list are classic songs, and I've already heard them a lot, so I didn't really have to listen to them full or pay so much attention. Maybe that's it. Point being, this album's great. Classic producer, bunch of classic songs, classic album. It'll definitely stand the test of time, and definitely will continue to stand the test of time. This album, as much as it has some shortcomings here and there, I honestly think the big hits on this album way more make up for it. Again, I don't think there's a bad song on this album. I just think certain songs are lacking because the good songs are so good and they're so dense, and there's other songs that just are good but not as good. I'm feeling a 7 out of 10 for sure. That's gonna be it. I know I'm not uploading a lot. I do apologize. Complicated stuff, not eating much lately, blah blah blah. Money was short, that's been fixed. But either way, I still feel tired as fuck. Oh boy. I did not think that eating, like I said earlier, I didn't think that eating pasta, one pasta a day, like a bag of pasta, like a sidekicks, I didn't think eating one of those a day for like 3 days, I knew it wouldn't give me energy, but I didn't realize a week later I would still have no energy. I was recording this later on, like late at night, because usually for some godforsaken reason I'll have no energy all day, and all of a sudden at like 1 a.m. I have a blast of it, and that didn't happen today. So damn, it's unfortunate. I had some ice cream before this just so I can get some kind of sugar rush, and that kind of helped. I got some energy enough for this, but now that this is done, I'm going to go to sleep, and by that I mean go lie down and immediately not be able to sleep for the next 3 hours. I do have a video I'm gonna do in the next couple of days for the new sleep token album. I didn't forget about it. I have listened to it. I need to listen to it again. Blah blah blah. That's not what this video is about. This album's great. Blah blah blah. And I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.